The International Monetary Fund, or IMF, has had a long history of engagement with Pakistan, providing financial assistance and economic guidance to help stabilize its economy and implement necessary reforms. Here is a summary of the key IMF programs and their context in Pakistan.
Historical context.
1988 Standby Arrangement, or SBA, Pakistan's first IMF program, aimed to address balance of payments issues and implement economic reforms. 1993 Extended Fund Facility, or EFF, focused on structural reforms, including trade liberalization and financial sector reforms. The 1997 Standby Arrangement, or SBA, aimed to address fiscal imbalances and ensure economic stability during a period of significant political and economic turmoil.
In 2001, under the Poverty Reduction and Growth Facility and Extended Fund Facility, or PRGF-EFF, Pakistan sought IMF support. This was right after the events of 9/11, and the goal was to stabilize the economy and implement strategies focused on poverty reduction and growth. By 2008, following the global financial crisis, Pakistan faced a severe balance of payments crisis. To address this, the country sought a $7.6 billion bailout through another standby arrangement with the IMF.
Recent programs. 2013 EFF. A $6.6 billion program aimed at fiscal consolidation, increasing foreign exchange reserves, and implementing energy sector reforms. 2019 EFF. A $6 billion program focusing on structural reforms, reducing fiscal deficits, and increasing social spending to support vulnerable segments of the population. In 2022, amid economic challenges exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, Pakistan sought IMF assistance to support economic stabilization and recovery efforts.
All right, let's dive into the key focus areas of IMF programs in Pakistan. First up, fiscal consolidation. This involves reducing fiscal deficits through tax reforms, expenditure control, and better fiscal management. Structural reforms. Implementing reforms in energy, financial, and public sectors to enhance efficiency and promote sustainable growth. Monetary and exchange rate policies, stabilizing the currency, controlling inflation, and maintaining foreign exchange reserves. Social safety nets. Enhancing social spending to protect the most vulnerable segments of society from the adverse impacts of economic adjustments. Governance and anti-corruption, improving governance and reducing corruption to create a more conducive environment for economic growth and investment.
Outcomes and challenges. Successes: improvements in foreign exchange reserves, reduced fiscal deficits, and some progress in structural reforms. Challenges: persistent political instability, resistance to reforms, corruption, and economic shocks like global financial crises and pandemics have often undermined the effectiveness of IMF programs in Pakistan.
The IMF's involvement in Pakistan reflects a continuous effort to stabilize the economy, implement necessary reforms, and support sustainable growth. However, the success of these programs largely depends on the commitment of the Pakistani government to implement and sustain the recommended reforms.